screaming headline, the Kano Royal Crisis. We all know about the story, and of course we had the breaking news right here on Kennis FM yesterday. All the papers this morning, that's the #1 news. Other stories on the front page of The Guardian. The federal government proposes budget cut as projected oil price hovers around $20 while we embarked on two weeks warning strike by ASU. How President Buhari violated NDDC Act by IYC and others. First Nigerian tests positive for COVID-19. 24 burnt to death in Jigawa road crash. The front page of The Guardian has two big pictures, very big pictures. A picture of the dethroned Emir of Kano, Malam Muhammadu Sanusi II, and the photograph of the new Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero. Front page, The Guardian.
From the front page of the Guardian newspaper, we go straight to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Emir of Kano, how Sanusi walked into dethronement. With riders, Ado Bayero named new Emir. We will pursue cases in courts to logical end, Sanusi's lawyers. Heavy security in Kano. And there are two pictures here of the new Emir, Aminu Ado Bayero, and the dethroned Emir, Sanusi Muhammadu Sanusi II. Other stories, EFCC arrests 30-year-old hotelier, 79 others in alleged internet fraud.
The front page of Tribune. From Tribune, we take it to Daily Trust. Ganduje finally removes Sanusi, appoints Bayero as new Kano Emir. Dethroned Emir resigns faith to Allah. Moved to local in Nasarawa State. I want to die on the throne, once said by Sanusi in 2015. Two dethroned Kano Emirs in 57 years. Other stories on the front page of Daily Trust. APC crisis. NWC says no. Faction as state chairman back Oshiomole. Federal government confirms new coronavirus case in Nigeria. SEC to close Ponzi schemes. Prosecute promoters. Front page, Daily Trust.
And from the front page of the Daily Trust, we go straight to the front page of the Daily Sun. Shake-up at Kano Emirate. Sanusi falls. Banished. Ado Bayero's son rises. With the riders, Ganduje dethrones Kano Emir. Banishes him to Nasarawa. Tension as deposed Emir supporters protest. His last moments at Palace. Oil price fall. Federal government to slash 2020 budget. With the rider set to revisit $57 crude oil benchmark price. 2 killed, 8 injured as abattoir's fence collapses in Lagos. Nigeria records second coronavirus case as Buhari sets up committee to review impact. Nigerian nun's burial in jeopardy as U.S. Embassy denies siblings visas. With the rider, there's nobody in U.S. to organize her funeral, cries out brother. The Sun signs MOU with Compact Head to publish book on Nigeria at 60. APC crisis, state chairman back Oshiomole. And on the front page of the Daily Sun, there are pictures of the former Emir, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, and the new Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero. And those are the stories from the front page of the Daily Sun.
From the front page of Daily Sun, we take to the front page of The Punch. Ganduje dethrones, banishes Sanusi, appoints Ado Bayero's son, new Emir. Sanusi showed total disrespect for office of governor, says Kano, and the post-monarch banished to Nasarawa. ACF calls for calm. Ogun banks on World Bank $5 million to combat erosion. Tenant pushes landlady to death over door closure. Lagos Assembly removes 2 officers and suspends 2. Coronavirus. Federal government to cut budget. 6 new oil benchmark. ASU declares 2-week warning strike. Alleges federal government ignores agreements. APC may set up caretaker committee. Appoint acting chair. Nigeria records second coronavirus case. Buhari races panel. AFDB approves $200 million for Nigeria's power transmission projects. Buhari fails to appoint heads board of 80 agencies. 3 pictures. One big picture, and again another picture picture-in-picture, we have security personnel enforcing the dethronement of former Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, at the Emir's Palace in Kano. And of course, on Monday, we have the photograph of the dethroned Emir and the photograph of the brand new Emir, Aminu Bayero. Front page, The Punch.
And from the front page of the Punch newspaper, we go straight to the front page of the Nation newspaper. Sanusi deposed, banished as Bayero becomes Emir. With the writers, he is guilty of disobedience, insubordination. Government, ACF call for calm. Other stories, State Chairman back Oshiomhole with the writers, get home at Secretariat. Uzodinma, we need a stable party. Lagos House of Assembly boils, sacked men replaced. As to begin strike over payroll others. Government, action illegal. Nigeria gets second coronavirus case. Buhari sets up task force. Ààrẹ Oyebola dies at 85. Knocks for social media bill at hearing. And this picture coming to most of the papers this morning of both the present Emir and the deposed Emir. And those are the stories from the front page of the Nation newspaper.
From the Nation's newspaper, we take the last paper this morning, is the front page of the Vanguard. Emir Sanusi II dethroned, banished. Why he was dethroned, says Kano government. Appoints Aminu Bayero new Emir. Police evict Sanusi II from palace after brief house arrest. Kano Assembly in a rowdy session over dethronement. ACF, Unite Muhammad, Arewa Youth, leader, others react. Nasiru Bayero now new Emir of Kano. And of course, we have other stories on the front page of the Vanguard. APC's Game of Thrones. Crack widens as acting scribe takes charge. Police partially unseal party secretariat. Nabena, deputy spokesman, seeks Buhari's intervention. Southern leaders divided over Oshiomhole. Lagos APC backs him. Other stories on the front page of the Vanguard. COVID-19. Federal government confirms another case as Lagos state government names 2 that had contacts with index case. Buhari sets up 12-member task force to control coronavirus. Federal government committee to revisit $57 per barrel oil benchmark. Italy in total lockdown as 1,600 cases recorded in one day. Social media bill, kill it, NUJ, CSO's Amnesty International, others tell Senate. ASU begins 2 weeks warning strike, says grouse not only about IPPIS. OBJ wants, and of course OBJ writes, ex-Emir Sanusi says dethronement sad, undeserved. The front page of the Vanguard also has Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. is a conversation between husband and wife. It's a cartoon located bottom right, front page of the Vanguard. Let's listen to the husband talking to his wife. I forgot the expensive candles I bought for a candlelight dinner on top of the hot electric cooker. What a waste.
Don't worry. The meltdown is a global thing. It's like somebody forgot Nigeria close to the sun. So it's fine. You haven't done anything really major.
Oh, right.
And this kid is serious. Right?
Oh, it's too much. No, we thank God.
Well,
really
my husband is rich. We have AC. So it's okay.
You are welcome back.
Thank you.
And that will wrap up today's edition of Press Review.